Shout out to Elisa Joe. That was Addicted. You're in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. And, you know, hopefully you're addicted to us. You know, you're addicted to tuning into the lounge, to joining us every Monday through Thursday, 7 to 10 p.m., 96.1 FM 900 AM. You know, whether it's WURDradio.com or the free Word app, which you can download in the Apple app or Google Play stores. You know, that you just got to have us. That's how it should be. You should just have to be in the lounge with us. Okay, because especially on Artist Tuesday, we continuously, by the grace of God, in my opinion, just bring you some really dope artists. And I think tonight is a prime example of that. We just wrapped up a combo with Dave Watson. Shout out to him. And now I get to welcome my final guest of the evening. She came in with a whole guitar and everything. Like, you could tell sis came in from handling business, from doing what an artist does. Her name is Keely, and so you got to let us know, like, first of all, where did you come from with this guitar? Because you rolled up in the studio
it's not
with
as
this
serious
whole,
as it looks.
this whole guitar in your back.
I just haven't been home since early a.m. and I was singing to little children this morning.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, the guitar's still with me.
Guys, as soon as she came in,
day.
we just saw this big guitar on her back, and we're like, oh, exactly, because it's Artist Tuesday. So this is some of what you might catch happening in the studios, like artists coming in with their equipment from their gigs or from their, you know, whatever, daytime jobs, whatever it may be. Yeah.
That's the thing. This day actually has been like a full day of music, which I'm very grateful for. But yeah, it's been a busy one. But it's kind of convenient for this radio show that I can do that.
All right. So, in your own words, you know, let folks know who you are, what you do, all of that good stuff.
All right. Well, my name is Keely Sibilia. That's how you could find me on Spotify, iTunes, all of that good stuff. And I'm a singer-songwriter. I guess I do a type of genre like pop, electro pop, and and it's evolved over the years for sure. Started as a singer-songwriter just with my guitar, as you can see, that guitar right over there. And it's just evolved. I've worked with my producer Robbie Webb for like 4 years now, probably. And I just kind of brought to him a song that I wrote, just me acoustically, and we just kind of went from there, and it turned into whatever, like, the best genre it could be. It was kind of a complicated process because I didn't know what genre I wanted to be. It's not even like I could choose it. It was kind of just the best version of the song. So it ended up being some sort of pop, and now it's kind of an experimental, really cool thing going on, and we're just going with what we feel, to be honest. It's
interesting because I think I was listening to Higher, if I'm not mistaken. It was
Higher?
on Instagram.
Oh.
There was a clip of it.
Wow.
I don't know.
I do have a song called Higher. I don't remember posting it, but maybe you found it.
Okay, well, never mind. No, but I was listening to a clip of a song. I don't know why I thought it was Higher, but that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, okay.
But when I was listening to it, oh my gosh, like, I didn't know, because first of all, shout out to Hannah Lorimer, who is a friend to the show.
Thank you, Hannah.
She put me on to you. And I was like, I asked Hannah after the show, and I'm like, yo, I mean, if you know other artists that you think would be great for this, like, you've experienced the show for yourself now.
Right.
You know, like, let us know. We want to really make sure we continue putting, you know, other artists on. And she was like, you need to talk to Keely. And I was like, okay, cool. And she sent me your social and all that stuff. And I was checking out the music. And I, of course, before I got to that point, she never gave me any kind of context of what kind of music it was.
Great.
But then I listened to it, and it was like, it's interesting to hear you categorize it as pop, because I don't necessarily get a pop vibe from it, but it's like, I just loved it. It's like such a unique sound.
Oh man, thanks.
And like, I was curious, like, my first question was just definitely like, who has, or what has inspired your sound? Like, because I know
Yeah.
that's a process. It's like ever evolving.
I think that's why it's like you'll hear one song of mine and it'll be so different from the next.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I basically the songs that are out now were written years ago.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And it's just kind of a new process of a new album of songs that are being written. But I guess it's just listening to like a variety of just diverse artists. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just all mixed into my own little jar.
So how did you even get into the world of music and that being your passion and guitar and all
Yeah.
of that?
This question is always hard for me because I didn't really have like that moment where I'm like, I'm gonna do music, you know? I think I just like was always doing music, and I was always like in musical theater as a kid and
Gotcha.
recitals and jazz and opera and stuff like that, and it just kind of turned into something that I'm doing for a living now.
Yeah.
I went to college for it and I just kept doing it.
Was it like in your family, or are you the first like musician?
This
in your
is
family?
actually my dad's guitar in the other room. But he plays guitar. I wouldn't say he does it as a hobby.
Okay.
My mom can't sing. I mean, it's not really in my family. My parents appreciate music. They love music. And I definitely got my knowledge of it from them, but it's not like I come from a family of artists.
I feel like I definitely want to meet your dad one day.
Yeah,
Just
he's great.
Solely based off of an Instagram picture that I saw of him.
Oh my God.
I think it was in Jamaica.
Yeah. I think he was doing something.
I just want to meet him.
If anyone's listening, you could just look. They're watching now, actually, so shout out to them.
Yes, shout out to IG,
parents.
all the folks that are tuned in on onWURD TV, the parents, all that good stuff. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, he just looks like a hilarious time.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, and he gave me the guitar, so it worked out. He's a funny one.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to kind of get some background, because this is really our first time talking and like getting to know each other. So where are you from, and like, yeah,
Who am I?
Who are you?
So I'm from California.
What part?
Town. It's outside of LA.
Okay.
Calabasas, California.
Oh, Calabasas.
Yeah, I don't like to say it really, but
Why?
it's the people related with the Kardashians now, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's how I assumed you knew it.
Oh no.
But
Well,
you've heard of it.
Yeah. Also, Kevin Hart just got in an accident out there,
Oh,
so that was another
okay.
thing. But
Yeah.
Okay, but I can see how I guess that would definitely be interesting for you.
I usually just say LA.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're like, that's the closest thing.
Yeah. LA, and I only applied to college on the East Coast and ended up going to Philly and just.
You wanted to come to the East Coast.
I know. Yeah.
I was like,
I get that reaction all the time.
why the East Coast? Like, had you been here before? Or?
My dad's actually from Jersey, and I always heard
okay.
about how cool the
Yeah.
East Coast is, and I I'd been like every now and then to New York and stuff, but I mean Philly, it was just honestly a random gut decision, and I just did it, and
Wow.
I have no family here or anything. I just kind of made my own family.
That's actually how I ended up in Philly.
Really?
I have no family here. But
Where are you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And I knew, definitely not far west as you, but
Yeah.
still west from here. But yeah, I don't have any, well, my mom is closer now. She's in Delaware. But
Okay.
at the time that I made up my mind that I wanted to go to Temple, at that, I don't even really remember how Temple came into my like realm of consciousness. I just always was like, I'm going to college at Temple. That's where I'm going. I just knew it.
It happened.
And then it happened, absolutely. And I just recently found out that my dad is from Jersey. Like, that's where he
Really?
was born. And I crack a lot of jokes on Jersey. Jersey, shout out to Jersey.
Yeah.
But I definitely crack a lot of jokes on Jersey. Jersey
Gotta.
drivers and all of that. And so now it's funny that I
Both
just
of
found
our
out.
dads are from Jersey.
Dads are from Jersey.
It's in our blood.
I'm still accepting that part. I didn't know.
I didn't fully understand what that meant until I guess I lived here.
I'm like, oh, the driving is so interesting. No.
Oh, man.
But yeah, okay, trying to get back to music and all that stuff. I did read that at least some of your inspiration and you mentioned jazz a little bit, but like Ella Fitzgerald and Bob Dylan and Bon Iver and like all of these folks. And it's interesting, when I was chatting with Hannah, she mentioned this love for jazz too. And so for you, like, what is it about jazz that kind of drew you to that genre of music?
I was almost forced upon it, to be honest. I was in choir in high school, and we had a jazz band, and there were auditions for the jazz singer. And I did it, and then I ended up getting it, and I just ended up loving it. I kind of forced myself at first, though, because you have to be patient sometimes to listen to jazz and lots of the instrumental jazz as a vocalist. But to kind of just hear the horn parts and as a high school vocalist, just to hear the horn parts and think that you need to do that with your voice, it's kind of interesting, and it occupied me for a while.
Wow. Okay, I never thought of it like that, though.
Yeah, and it's weird how it happened. It was almost kind of like all impulsive, how I just kind of went to college for it. I almost didn't think, and I just kind of did with what I wanted to do, and it just ended up being a great decision for me, you know. I love how you can improv in jazz. Personally, I think it's made me a lot better as a musician that way. And I just appreciate it. I think it's so difficult to do, and I'm glad that I chose that genre to study.
Yeah. It sounds like it maybe gave you a really good foundation to do this, like all of these other genres that you're now doing.
Definitely. Actually, in middle school, I was really into singing arias, and I think that probably gave me the best foundation.
Arias?
Arias, like opera.
Oh.
That gave me a great foundation when it comes to my voice. But in understanding how instrumentalists work over chord progressions and stuff like that, I felt jazz was a great way to learn that stuff. And I'm just grateful that I have, that I could have done both, you know, that I could have gone from both places and learned.
So you sing opera too?
Yeah. No.
Look, she's like, don't ask me to sing.
It's on YouTube if you want to see it.
I'm totally going to YouTube it. No.
I mean, years ago. That's how I warm up usually. But it's just,
with that makes sense, though.
Yeah, it's just it gets you in the right placement.
Yeah.
So.
And then from there, I feel like you can do anything from opera.
Yeah, that's the thing. It gives you that foundation. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So you can't forget it. It's easy when you're singing pop to forget the classical.
So as a pop artist, or someone who identifies as a pop electric kind of fusion of those two things kind of artist, like what are your thoughts on like where pop is at right now and where you would like to see it go?
I think that's why I say pop, because I don't think pop is the same as it was even 5 years ago. I think it's just kind of what's out now, what people are listening to. I think it's just anything that's popular, I guess you would say. I see it going two ways, kind of that the electro pop I was talking about, but not so much electro. I would say it's more the same progressions every time, and then you have the same form, and then there's kind of like that hip hop category that's becoming popular now. And, I'd just like to see it more, I guess, expanding, you know, with Lizzo and her and Janelle Monáe. And I just think they are writers who are kind of doing something really deep, and I don't hear a lot of that. I don't hear a lot of them personally on the radio, and I think that's something that people, you know, you need things that are quick on the radio and people's attention.
It's like they're going to
span
eat it up and
and I would like to see more of that type of music. I think kind of come out because I want more people to appreciate that stuff, I guess. I mean, the stuff I'm writing right now, I don't think we've put a lot of thought into whether it would be right for the radio. We're just kind of going with how we think this song would be written the best, and kind of chaotic at times, but interesting to us.
It's like the commitment to the song, not to the other stuff outside.
I mean, you can't write for other people. That's the thing, and I think a lot of people do, but then a lot of people don't, and I don't know if their songs are heard as much. So
gotcha.
That's my observation on it, at least, and I think you have to really research to hear the ones that I think they put a lot of work into and are really deep.
Yeah. All right, look, we're going to take a quick break. If you're just tuning in or you're listening in, I'm chatting with Keely Sibilia. Did I say it right?
Sibilia, yeah.
Okay. Is that Italian?
It is.
Oh, look at me kind of learning something.
Jersey dad.
Keely Sibilia, she's a singer, songwriter, musician, based here in Philly. From out west, out Cali, but she's been doing her thing here. And shout out to Hannah Lorimer, friend to the show, for putting us on to her. She's got some shows coming up. She's got music she's working on, like all that good stuff. And we're going to talk about that after we pay these bills. So stay tuned. You're in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. You, of course, know if you want to join the conversation, call in 215-634-8065. You can also call in toll free 866-361-0900. We'll be back after these messages.
Brothers and sisters,
don't miss The Source.
Weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
on Word Radio,
WordRadio.com, and the Word Radio app.
At Dietz & Watson, we've spent over 75 years focusing on the details. This can be traced back to our founder, Gottlieb Dietz, who learned how to make franks and sausages the right way in Germany. Today, each one of our delicious offerings is meticulously crafted using perfected details. Because if it isn't good enough for our family, it isn't good enough for yours. To us, the details make all the difference.
Word Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM.
WURD.
Live Nation presents Friday, February 14th, 2020, Boys to Men at the Met Philadelphia. Valentine's Day, February 14th, Boys to Men will be home for a special night at the Met Philadelphia. Local presale begins Thursday, October 3rd from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. All tickets on sale Friday, October 4th at 10 a.m. Make it a great night out with your special sweetheart. Valentine's Day, February 14th, Boys to Men at the Met Philadelphia. For more information or to purchase tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or WordRadio.com and click on the Boys to Men banner.
Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now.
Tune in on YouTube at onWURD
or on Facebook at Forward.
Word TV.
Black Talk Media.
The Lounge with Sincerely Sarita. Sincerely Sarita. Right now on Word Radio.
Getting wild, getting crazy, a little out of control, and still I know, I want you. Getting high, getting hazy, a little too much for me, and still I know, I want you. Just a heads up, I'm going down. There's nothing left for me to say, but still I'm here, just came to say, ooh, I can make it rain, I can make it pour, I can make it pour. I can make it pour. can make it pour, I can make it pour.
That was Keely Sibelia with Make It Pour. You're in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM, 900 AM. Keely is joining us in the lounge, in studio, and we were actually just talking offline about this record, and I feel like you definitely like made some powerful points, but I'll start where kind of we were chatting a bit about it, and which the first question I asked was like, okay, so what's this record about?
Yeah, this single in particular, Make It Pour, was kind of about being in a relationship and feeling insane and crazy. Not necessarily because you are, but because the other person is making you feel that way. And just kind of embracing that crazy feeling and just saying, okay, if I'm crazy, then I'll just be really crazy. And just going with it.
You're like,
So-
what? You're gonna? I'm about to make a pour. You're gonna pour crazy.
Yeah,
out
just
here.
if you think I'm crazy. Like, what's that song, BB Rexa or
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
show you crazy. Kind of like that.
yeah.
Same
yeah.
message. She gets it.
And one of the things that you had mentioned was just like specifically for women who are songwriters,
Yeah.
like being okay to go to that space and talk about that and write about that.
Yeah, I just think it's a really vulnerable thing to write about personal experiences and personal heartbreak. And I used to feel weird and embarrassed about it, but I don't at all anymore. I just think that it's like a part of me and a part of my
Yeah.
life. And I know everyone else goes through it, so why not write about it and release it so people can connect to it and
Yeah.
not feel so alone about it?
What do you feel like contributed to you having those feelings of this being like, oh, maybe I shouldn't write about this, or this is too much, or this is...
I think writing with other people and kind of making up situations sometimes, and then I think when you're writing with someone maybe new and you're kind of talking about stuff, no one really wants to say, well, you know, this happened to me and it was real, and you know, this is a stranger. But I think kind of getting deeper and deeper into it, and just saying, no, actually this situation happened to me, and then, you know, someone might respond, oh yeah, well this happened to me, and then all of a sudden we're in like this deep conversation, and
Yeah,
oh, well, let's write about this, which kind of is this and this combined. And
yeah. It's like owning it all.
yeah,
Yeah.
like my producer Robbie and I have been listening to a lot of Death Cab, and just the lyrics and stuff and that, and I guess the writers take a situation that they had personally and turn it into a completely different situation, but it derived from another situation. I mean, one of them is about they're sitting on a hill and like watching a fire and a building burning, and or something like that, and it's just about how everyone's gonna die, or like it's pretty.
Well, that sounds encouraging.
It's just like the metaphors that they use. I mean, another one's like a wedding of a bride leaving, and it's about like him going through a breakup with his girlfriend, but it didn't even have to do with the bride, didn't have to do with
Yeah.
him. It's just making up these stories from your own experiences. So we've been trying to write like that. It's been interesting. It's
I was
just,
about to say, has that been challenging in a way?
oh,
to...
totally, yeah. I mean, it's always hard to write a different way than I just kind of grew up naturally. I was just by myself at my piano, writing by myself, and so it's been difficult to write with other people, but it's been a good difficult. I mean, it's just it's challenging me and it's growing me, and I don't have
That's
a
so
problem with
dope.
it. Yeah.
What's been one of the the hardest things that you've written about in terms of like songwriting? And like when thinking about personal situations.
I mean, it's honestly been hardest to write about. It's been hardest to write when I'm happy and I'm in good
It's like I'm in a
relationships
good space and everything is going right.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest for me, because when, you know, things are kind of chaotic, things just flow so naturally when you have a pen and paper and it's your outlet. And I think when everything's going right, that's the hardest time to write, for sure.
Because do you have the urge to write when you're happy?
No, I have to force it. I mean, personally, I do. And
I so identify with that.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah.
I mean,
I so identify. That's why I'm like, do you get an urge? Because I don't. I'm too busy living it to like I'm in it, and I just want to.
I mean, you either live it or you. It's like you sometimes have to sacrifice your happiness for your art, which is, I mean, which is a thing for artists, I guess. But to destroy things so you can make good art.
This is why we need help. as writers in general.
Emotionally damaged.
Yeah, because I definitely think about some of the toughest moments in my life, or like just, you know, when it's one of those moments, and writing, it's like that's the easiest time for me to write. I can just pour it out. It literally oozes from me.
It's your therapy.
Yeah, but when I'm happy, it's like, hey, today happened. It was great.
Why would you sit down and like write something and cry if you're happy? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. So you have to know how to get yourself into that realm, I guess, and that's been the most challenging thing for me to force myself. It's and you know, I used to only write when it kind of came naturally, and now I'm have to practice at it. And
I'm
writing muscle, you know.
I'm still working on that. Well, I will say what helps me, or how I keep writing even when things are going good, is just writing what I'm grateful for. Like, or I'm thankful for this. Like, these were some dope things that happened today. Just so I can kind of keep a little record for myself, if I can, if I can remember, of like, oh yeah, this is something pretty cool that happened today. And I'll just write like, I'm grateful for X, Y, Z. And then it's like shorter versions than I would write if life was falling apart. Then there's pages and pages and pages.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, these are the spark notes of this.
Spark notes, really quick.
Yeah.
Overview. Here you go. Life is all right.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I just, I mean, I have nothing to say.
It's like it's a process. It's the total process. So for where you're at right now in music, what's the growth that you see within yourself as an artist from when you first started to where you're at right now? Like whether it's songwriting or singing.
Well, definitely with songwriting, I would say the thing I was talking about with just writing with other artists, I think that's just growth within itself, to kind of have the patience to know that there are other options, there are other people in the room, and okay, what are your ideas? What are your ideas? And listen to everyone's idea and kind of come to a group decision of what's best for the song, and understanding other people's point of views. I think that's kind of a big thing that's been, you know, a lot of growth for me. For my singing, I actually have been struggling a lot with my voice, just kind of overusing it. I've been like in and out of the ENT a lot.
Ear, nose, throat?
Yes.
Okay.
Not like an emergency room.
I don't know. Even that.
And I was actually, I think it was last year, I was on vocal rest for like 3 months.
Wow.
And so I wasn't working or anything. So that was super hard and really messed with, you know, me emotionally, and that was a good thing to write about.
I was about to say, like, how did that affect you? 3 months of not being able to create in a way.
Yeah, it's almost like I got all this painting stuff to try to paint because I was like, I need to express my way in some way artistically, and it was super hard because that's never happened to me before, and kind of like, let alone wasn't making money. But I couldn't really have that outlet either, because even though writing is an outlet, I mean, singing's my first one, so it's just
not the same.
Yeah, not the same.
Did you feel like you were on timeout? Like, I've had moments where I feel like life sat me down and I was like, I want to play.
It was
the game.
I had to just stay home, because even if I went out and tried to socialize, I wouldn't be able to be a part of the conversation and talk. So that was also a big thing. I just kind of was a hermit for a long time, but I mean, I'm glad I did it because I got my voice back.
She's like, because I be singing now. I was just about to say, when you look back on that time, like 3 months of being in that space and, you know, really dedicating it to your voice and its healing, what do you feel like were some of the things that you got out of that? The best things, I should say, that you got out of that time.
I think a lot of self-reflection. I think just being able to appreciate my talent and not take it for granted at all. I definitely think a little bit about it. I think about it a lot more now. I think, sorry, I just, after gigs, I mean, I won't really go out. I'll go home. I'll warm up more. It's just, you know, strategic things that I just do more to take care of it health-wise. And I wasn't doing that before. And I think it's just a big part of singing. You kind of hear things. You don't hear behind the scenes a lot of singers and what they go through. And, you know, sometimes a pop singer's not singing anymore because they don't have a voice anymore. And it's just, it's a real thing. It's your body. You don't have more than one, so.
I'm dealing with my second round of bronchitis. And I'm it's now that I do radio, it has me thinking so much more about my throat, about my lungs and stuff. I'm like, whoa. I mean, this is different.
That's a thing. You're talking on the radio show all the time. I mean, you need it.
Yeah. Before I would probably let it go much longer. Like I'd be like, I'll get to it when I get to it. Now I'm like, no, I have to talk for 3 hours tonight.
Yeah.
And for 4 days this week. Like, I need to get this together.
You notice it. I mean, the more you use it and the more you talk, it's just...
It's real.
Yeah. So
absolutely. Yeah.
It's an important thing.
All right, loves, we got to take a quick break, but when we come back on the other side, we're going to wrap this up. Of course, we got to let folks know, like, what the music is, what the dates are, the shameless plugs. Because you got some shows and stuff coming up.
Yeah, we got a lot
and they
of
need to know about that. And then shout out to Marquise. You know, on Tuesdays, we do open mic night. So if you're an artist, you know, poet, a singer, rapper, a lyricist, we invite you to call in, get like your 30 seconds to shine on, you know, like... Why not? We have this platform, and if we can help amplify, you know, your talent and put folks on to you, we want to do that. So Marquise, stay on the line. We see you. We're going to pay these bills, play a song from Keely, and then, you know, we'll come back on the other side. All right? So you're in the lounge on WURD Radio, 96.1 FM, 900 AM. We'll be back after these messages.
Brothers and sisters, don't miss The Source.
Weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
on Word Radio,
WordRadio.com, and the Word Radio app. Charles Ellison, Reality Check.
Cleveland State University law professor Daron Kalir.
In 2 weeks, the Prime Minister of Israel, for the first time ever, the sitting Prime Minister in Israel, which is the equivalent of the president here, is going before the Attorney General. Imagine Trump going before Attorney General Barr for a hearing before indictment.
Download the full podcast now
at WordRadio.com. Don't miss Reality Check, Monday through Thursday,
4 p.m. till 7 p.m. on Word Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
Black Talk Media.
Be heard. Want another way to join the conversation?
Follow us on social media
using the hashtag onWURD.
Be heard.
Stay connected to Word Radio.
Independent Black Media.
My mom is stronger than anyone I've ever known. Growing up when life got hard, her strength helped pull us through. Even after her heart failure diagnosis, she remained stronger than ever.
My family's support keeps me strong. Together, we're rising above heart failure.
Heart failure doesn't have to steal your strength. For simple steps you can take to help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now.
Tune in on YouTube at onWURD
or on Facebook at forward.
Word TV.
Black Talk Media.
The Lounge with Sincerely Sarita.
Sincerely Sarita.
Right now on Word Radio.
Can't stop with you, darling. I can't stop with you, baby, all the time. Oh, 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 oh. And you need to control me when I'm around you. Can't speak, I must be losing my mind. Oh, 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 oh. Cause all of my bones coming down, losing all my glory, getting out of town, something quick, trying to make you happy. All I know is you never felt like I lost worry, nothing to say here, just some chick trying to make you happy now. You took me before I got to safety. No, I don't have the time. Oh, 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 keep on telling myself that I'm happy, I'm happy. I keep on telling myself that I'm
Happy by Keely Sibilia, who's joining us in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM in studio. It's almost time for us to get out of here, but just some feedback from folks who are tuned in on all of our lives and stuff. Over on Instagram Live, shout out to the folks who are tuned in at Sincerely Sarita. We have fire emojis, heart eyes emojis. We got yes, Kelly happening, hand claps and all of that stuff. And then over on Word TV, aka Facebook Live, shout out to Haraya. She said this blue-eyed soul sister is bad to the bone. Bad to the bone.
Thank you.
Happy.
Yeah.
What's the story behind the song?
This is a perfect example of me and my producer Robbie Webb, who did an insane job on this song. We kind of clicked finally, I think, on this song and said, okay, this is it. This is the genre. And yeah, so that's what I think happy is for us. It's just kind of like the breakthrough of our role right now, because I think we're always kind of reverting back to happy and thinking like, oh, well, let's
using that as kind of like the measuring tool of like,
yeah.
okay, are we aligned with that?
Yeah,
that
we're
feeling.
Absolutely. Like we definitely keep going back to that one. That's one that we're proud of, I think. So going forward with other music, we were very weird with Happy. Like we just wanted it to sound weird, and I think there's a balance between making it sound weird and making it, good for a listener.
Yeah.
So
it's like beautifully weird though. Like what they did, whatever was done with the track, I think for sure just takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
It's almost like being sped up and then slowed down and then sped up, and you're taking on this trip.
Totally.
It's trippy.
Yeah. Robbie's a drummer first, and so he's really good with beats and all the drums in the song.
Yeah.
So.
And then your voice, oh my gosh, like
Thanks.
the instrument, seriously, an instrument. But I know there are folks who want to know how they can hear more of your voice. So let's make sure they get the rundown of like these upcoming shows that you have going on. She's got her list out, y'all. She's about, so get ready. Get your pens and pencils and papers or your notepad on your cell phone out so you can know where to catch Keely Sibilia at. Where are the next shows?
Next show we have is this Saturday. Actually doing the UArts Alumni Fall Festival. I did it last year. This one's really cool because it's on cross streets of Chestnut and Broad. It kind of closed everything down.
Nice.
We're going to be on the UArts stage and at 3 o'clock, 3 to 4.
Cool.
And then we have Pub Web at on October 18th. That's with Hannah Lorimer and our friend Josh Bation.
Yeah,
he's amazing. So it's going to be us three. Hannah's headlining. That's going to be a good one.
She was telling us about it. Her show.
Was she?
Yeah. And shout out to Pub Web.
Yeah, Pub Web. Silk City, November 13th.
Nice.
So I'm really excited about this one because we're starting kind of a residency there.
Congrats.
And thank you. So if this one goes well, at least.
No,
starting
it's gonna go
yeah.
well. When this one goes well.
Yeah. So when this one goes well, we're going to have a continued residency, hopefully. And this one we're starting out with Camp Candle and Taylor Kelly opening up. And this is going to be really cool because we kind of want to collaborate with the artists that open up after the show. So we're doing covers or their originals, but just something where we can all collaborate together to kind of, put a little oomph into the residency.
Put some salsa on it.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun, and like a little collaboration at the end.
Gotcha.
So you got to stick to the end. But Silk City, November 13th for sure. Please, everyone come. And then, last but not least, we're at Kung Fu Necktie on December 8th.
Oh, you're getting good spots.
Yeah, and this one is actually also with Hannah and Josh.
Yeah.
So
Clearly,
I mean,
because you all are dope.
Good trio.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so
Yeah.
like, where can folks find you at, follow you at, all that good stuff, especially for all these dates that they need to have on the calendar.
Follow me on Instagram at Keely Sibilia Music, KeelySibilia Music. I will post everything on Instagram first and foremost. My music page on Facebook at Keely Sibilia. I have a personal one, but then I have my music one, and that's always updated as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and then you can find my music. I have 4 singles out right now on Spotify, iTunes.
You better hustle.
Google Play.
4 singles. Find them on, basically, it sounds like pretty much almost all streaming platforms.
And then,
they can check them out.
Yeah, and be on the lookout for my album in 2020. We're in the midst of writing it, and it's going to be great. I'm really excited about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Early. When it's time to drop, you got to come back and visit, especially because I
would
didn't
love to.
I didn't get to our quick shots game, but we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know when it drops, and you know, you're welcome back. Like, let's talk about it. Let's let folks know about it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course,
and playing my songs.
Because this was her first time with her music playing on the radio. I love when we're able to do stuff like that. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. All
I
right.
appreciate
So
you.
make sure you come back so we can. We'll continue with your permission to play more of your music.
Please.
Whatever you sent over, we'll keep it in rotation. But
Yeah.
as we do with all of the artists who come through on Artist Tuesday and give us that permission and let us know, like, hey, go ahead, play my stuff, yada yada yada. We do that because that's one of the ways that with this platform we can support. So we want to make sure we do that. So we will continue to. But yeah, keep us updated on all the new music coming, and when you're ready to drop it. You can come here.
I will let you know.
She's like, I will do that.
Absolutely.
All right, loves. Listen, I got to get out of here. But thank you so much to all of my guests today who made this show absolutely just one of the best. So DJ Geek bringing us this week's Geekin' Mix. That's Geek with 3s, not E's. Carmito bringing us her Mad Ethnic Musing. Shout out to Dave Watson coming through, giving that good energy. And then, of course, who you just heard from, Keely Sibilia, now friend to the show. We then got to know her. We know, we know a little bit more about her. We know about her music. We know where to find her at and all that good stuff. So Dave and Keely, we made 2 new friends today. So dope, right? As always, of course, shout out to my guy, DJ Frosty Phoenix, holding down the phone lines, the boards, and everything in between. If you haven't already, follow us across all platforms at The Lounge Word. Connect with me on IG or Facebook at Sincerely Sarita. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so it's Women Crush Wednesday. DJ Frosty Phoenix is bringing you the Blurred Break. It's just going to be the kind of combos that keep you and me coming back for more, right? But until then, I'm your host, Sincerely Sarita, encouraging you to taste your words before you feed them to someone else, and reminding you to always, always, always empathize, empower, and evolve. Peace.